Greetings, John here again with another pair of emulated PS2 games running on PlayStation 4. This time we have Grand Theft Auto 3 and its engine mate, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. When GTA 3 first hit the PS2, the franchise had not yet become the sales juggernaut that we all know today, but its unparalleled freedom and crime-focused action captivated millions, as you all know. Yet this was not a game that was sold on graphics. The game really doesn't look all that great or run very well. In fact, the majority of the time playing this on a PS2 is done so at frame rates under 30 frames per second. It is for this reason that we were very curious about the emulated experience on PS4. This was the moment where at least one of its chief technical problems could be eliminated. We do actually see an improvement over the sluggish PS2 original, as you can see here, but this increase only serves to exacerbate an already present frame pacing issue. The average frame rate is higher than the PS2 original, but the actual sensation of playing the game isn't improved as much as one would have hoped as a result of this issue. As the problem is inherent to the original game, we cannot realistically expect it to be fixed in emulation, however. Now, cutscenes tend to run somewhat smoother, but once again, frame pacing issues impact fluidity. Basically, neither version feels completely smooth, but with the boosted performance, these consistency issues almost stick out even more. It should also be noted that we're looking at the US versions of these games rather than the 50Hz PAL releases. Based on our findings this week, the version of GTA 3 available on the European store will turn in even less consistent performance than what you're seeing here. Just keep that in mind. Jumping over to Vice City then, we see even slower performance. Vice City attempted to push the hardware further and, as a result, the frame rate takes an even greater dive. Vice City can drop into the teens at points on original hardware. It's really not a smooth experience at all. On PS4 we see results similar to GTA 3. A higher average frame rate fraught with inconsistent frame persistence. In this case, however, the improvements to frame rate are significant enough that, even with these issues, the game still manages to feel more responsive. In all three GTA titles, it's clear that performance just isn't optimal, but there is only so much that can be done when emulating such games. When it comes to the actual presentation then, we see results similar to San Andreas. The jump in resolution enables a much cleaner presentation, as you'd expect. Unlike San Andreas, however, these two games managed to avoid dithering artifacts altogether on the PlayStation 2, so we see less of an improvement in that area. Really though, the most encouraging thing about PS2 emulation on PS4 remains its accuracy in rendering the visuals. Upgrading the resolution is one thing, but retaining all of the frame buffer effects and duplicating the look of the game so perfectly really shows its promise. So based on our experiences with a handful of games this week, we really have two concerns with the state of emulation on PS4. The most prominent issue centers on frame pacing, which we encountered in all three of the Grand Theft Auto titles. The other issue of course relates to the fact that the European releases of these games are based on the PAL versions. We can understand the need to stick with the PAL releases, but the current process used to display these 50Hz games at 60Hz results in serious judder. The experience just isn't optimal, and when paying a premium price for these older games, well, we expect better. Anyways, that's all for now. Be sure to keep an eye out for more content right here on our YouTube channel. And until next time, this is John signing off.